Hello there, welcome back to my views and news. Some new stories from Ethiopia and Eritrea. Firstly, Vallega, where last week an Amhara militia took control of a town in Horogodoro, Vallega. Now, this Amhara militia has published pictures showing that some soldiers have been taken prisoner by the militia members. Secondly, viewers, Tigray, where educational activities resumed after Pretoria deal. Textbooks have been sent to Tigray from federal government. Some Tigrayan activists are not happy with these textbooks. What is the problem? Thirdly, Brigade Nhamedu members operating, living in Israel. Now, when Israel is at war with Hamas, with Palestine, and we know that hundreds of Israelis have been killed. Now, Palestinians are dying too in indiscriminate airstrikes. What is Brigade Nhamedu going to do? Is it going to take a side and support Israeli government? I have a video for you showing the activities of Brigade Nhamedu members in Israel. Firstly, viewers, Horogodoro Vallega. Last week, Amhara militia members took control of Abiy Dangoro in Horogodoro Vallega. There was fighting between Amhara militia members and Oromia forces, Oromia militia members. I think ENDF was there too. In that fighting, casualties on both sides. Ethiopian Air Force and this Amhara militia took control of Abiy Dangoro. They attacked one police station there, and prisoners were freed from that detention center. Regional forces had to withdraw from Abiy Dangoro. Sorry. And it was said by some sources that Fano had entered Oromia region and it had carried out this attack. But what we learned from the ground that there was no major penetration of Fano from Amhara into Oromia. Rather, this operation was carried out by local Amhara militia. You can call it local Fano. As we know that Amhara Fano has managed to organize Fanos in Vallega, or you can say Amharas living in Vallega in parts of Oromia. They have organized themselves, and at local level, armed units have been formed. Now, these armed units are so powerful that they can take control of a town. And we know that Oromia government has been trying to disarm these militias, these Amhara communities, but Amhara communities say that they are at risk because they come under attacks by Ola fighters. Sometimes security forces, militia attack them. So they don't want to be disarmed. Disarmament is a very sensitive issue in Vallega. Amharas armed, some Oromos being armed, to several groups operating forces to militias, etc. Now, the Amhara militia, which was in control of Abiy Dangoro, has released some pictures showing some soldiers, Ethiopian National Defense Force soldiers and Oromia Special Force soldiers who have been taken prisoner by local Amhara Fano fighters. You can see the pictures on your screen. And as I said yesterday, that this local Amhara Fano in Vallega, it took control of Abiy Dangoro close to a very main road, Kiramo to Gujum road. And through this road, reportedly, these Amhara militia members received supplies from Vallega. question is, how can the Amhara militia stay in control of a town in Oromia? It would be difficult, and this development indicates that we could see deterioration of security situation in, well, like a serious deterioration. Because if Amharas are so armed that they can capture a town, it means Oromia forces won't allow them to be this much armed. Major operations on the cards. And what about Ola? Was Ola part of the fighting between local Amhara, Fano militia and Oromia forces in Abedongoro? I could not confirm Ola's participation in this war. I tried to contact people, but no confirmation so far. So maybe Ola was not there. Fighting was between Oromia forces, Ethiopian National Defense Force and Amhara militia members. We could see a large-scale operation in Vailaga in North Shore where Amhara community members are armed, but it's an uphill task to disarm them. Secondly, viewers, educational activities have resumed in Tigray. Textbooks have been sent to Tigray. Federal government has sent these textbooks to Tigray, but some Tigrayan activists are raising questions about these textbooks. The textbooks have PM Abiy's picture on the back. I think you can see an image on your screen. These are the textbooks sent to Tigray. People say that PM Abiy's government is adding salt to the injury of Tigrayans. Well, if Getachew and Abiy can sit together, if they can eat, drink, sign deals, praise each other, hold meetings, why can't these books be used in Tigray with PM Abiy's picture? PM Abiy is Ethiopian PM, by the way. He is not just PM of Oromia. And who appointed Getachew? PM Abiy. Getachew was appointed as Tigray interim president by Ethiopian PM Abiy. He, through an order, appointed Getachew. It means Tigray government is bound to cooperate with federal government. Federal Ministry of Education is under Brigade Nhamedu. We know that he is the man who is very critical of the TPLF. He is the man who suffered a lot when TPLF was in power. He was in exile. He lived in Eritrea too. Then he fled to Europe. When PM Abiy came to power, then he returned to Ethiopia. So Brigade Nhamedu is Minister of Education. So obviously he would like Tigrayans to see PM Abiy's pictures at their educational institutions, it seems. Thirdly, viewers, Eritrean opposition group, Brigade Nhamedu, which is a front basically of different groups, is taking a position regarding Israel-Hamas, Israel-Palestine conflict. I shared with you African Union positions yesterday. African Union 2 days ago issued a statement. Its statement inclined towards Palestine. It condemned Israeli attacks, strikes. It called for two-state solution. And several African countries, they have been opposing granting of observer status to Israel at African Union. So Arab countries have good ties with African countries. That is why silence in Ethiopia, in Eritrea, no statements about the escalation in the Middle East. African Union took a clear stance, largely in support of Palestine, you can say. What will Brigade Nhamedu do? Brigade Nhamedu is in a difficult position in Israel because in Israel a trial is underway for the deportation of Eritreans. The pro-Eritrean government and opposition members could be deported. And we know that More than a month ago, in a deadly clash between Indian communities in Tel Aviv, Israel, around 200 were injured. After that, we saw communal violence. 2 Eritreans were killed in intra-Eritrean violence. So now these Brigade Nhamedu members who are in Israel, they are part of fundraising, they are part of collecting donations for those who have been affected by Hamas attacks. Those who have been affected by the penetration of Hamas and other Palestinian groups into Israel-controlled territories. Yesterday, we saw images showing dozens of Brigade Nhamedu members on the streets of Tel Aviv collecting donations, supplies for the displaced Israelis. Can we say that Brigade Nhamedu is taking a position in support of Israel's position? It would be difficult for Brigade Nhamedu to take a position in support of Israel because Israel has been accused of human rights abuses, grave human rights abuses. Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, all have been accusing Israel of serious human rights violations. Gaza is a man-made prison where people suffering for years, and even the status of land which is under Israeli control, it is not recognized by most international institutions that it's part of Israel. Not all the areas, but several settlements which are newly being built and which is one of the major concerns, one of the major bones of contention between Hamas, Gaza and Israel. So Brigade Nhamedu, what it is doing in terms of collecting humanitarian support, it's a good thing, it should happen. But it will be difficult for Brigade Nhamedu to take a position in support of Israeli stance on this war. I have a clip for you showing Brigade Nhamedu members in Tel Aviv collecting humanitarian aid for those displaced because of Hamas's attacks from Gaza 2 days ago. Thank you for watching.
معنا